Hey guys, welcome to another week of the Monday Huddle. We are so pumped up to give you raw, uncut helps and counsel and all of that stuff so that you could beat Mondays. I am G,
I'm Derek.
and we are bringing it to you live on today.
You know, I'm always interested in how people address a Monday. Like some people, we talked about befriending the Monday. Other people get violent. What are some violent terms that you've heard associated with Mondays?
I don't know if this audience is ready
for the way we've heard people talk about Mondays. Man, I've heard like, let's punch Monday in the face. Like, let's kick it in the, like, dang, oh, poor Monday.
I'm about to Monday.
You know what I'm saying? Monday up, like, I wish I could sit Monday right here and put Monday on, like, the therapy couch.
Yeah.
And be like, Monday, you done caught a bad rap, man.
Yeah.
Monday, what you do to the people, Monday?
Yeah.
Well, we want to make sure that we're doing our part in helping you dominate.
That's right.
That's
a good word.
Is that a good one? Dominate, navigate Mondays well. And of course, with every episode, y'all know we're going to give you a quote. Today's quote, this episode's quote is Monday morning blues, ? Why not change the color of your Monday to yellow and brighten up the coming week? I'll say it one more time. It says Monday morning blues, ? Like, why the blues? Why not change the color of your Monday to yellow and brighten up the coming week? That's by Kanika Senzina. What a wonderful quote.
Yep.
Blue.
Yeah.
Blues, is that a sad color?
I think it is. With the blues, you know what I mean? Like, the blues was kind of developed from a place of just kind of like of pain and a place of, emotion and all of that. And then they put a beat behind it, you know? Man. And I like listening. You like listening to blues?
I don't know that I can isolate the blues category. When I think of blues, I think of like B.B. King, and that's it. I have no, I got no blues. I don't have a blues reference. I don't have. I mean, so I don't get it. But when BB played the guitar, it was very.
It was emotional.
Emotional, right? It was like, since my baby left me, it was just like my dog died. What was this? I was watching social media, and it was this lady, and she was that were marching behind the. Beside this troop, and she was like, you left your mama. No, my mama. When you left your sister. When you left your mama. And they was like, you left your mama, your dog, your cousin, your brother. And I was like, dang, they like marching to the blues. But that's I kind of like what it feels like when they talking about the blues on Monday. It's like you left your Friday, you left your Saturday, you left your Sunday, and everything that was fun. You left on the weekend, and there comes the Monday morning blues.
And it's the beginning. You're having to start all over again. What is it about starting that people have a hard time with? Like, I love starting stuff. I'm a good starter, right? My personality, my character is just kind of like, I love to start. Staying too long in anything, it builds tradition and winds up getting stuck. Then you don't even know why you're doing what you're doing.
Because we've always done it.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing it.
To me, I love starting new things and then getting into a place where I can hand it to somebody else and then start something new. I have a friend who invited me over to Thanksgiving dinner, and they were there doing all the preparations. I was really close to the family, so we were hanging out. They cut the butt off the ham, like a big piece of ham.
Yeah.
They threw it away.
Just in the trash.
In the trash.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, why do you guys do that, right? Nobody could tell me why they were doing that. It just became like this traditional thing. So the uncle walks in after a couple of hours, and the conversation was still alive. Yeah. And the uncle was like, listen, the reason why we cut the butt of the ham was because we didn't have a pan large enough.
The ham was too big.
The ham was too big. So oftentimes that's exactly what we do, right? It's just kind of like, we want to get into this groove, and Monday disrupts the groove, right? And so because now it's a new start. It's a fresh thing. It's a start over. It's a reset. And that catches a bad rap.
It does. And I'm thinking about it as you're talking, like, I'm trying to think of things that I hate to start. Like, and after I start them and I get in them, I feel okay. Like, after I get into them, but starting, like, getting out of the bed sometimes, like starting the day, is so tough, right? You and I were talking about the snooze button, and it was like I think it was how ineffective the snooze is. Like if you snooze a couple times, then what it does, like physiologically to like your clock, and sometimes I just have a hard time starting the day.
Yeah.
I have a hard time starting a workout. It's like I know I'm supposed to get up and do the thing, and if I can get over the hump of starting the workout, then I'm in that thing, right? Like binge watching shows. It's like when I'm scrolling Netflix and I see a season. It's like 5 seasons, and it's like 12 episodes a season, but everybody talking about it, and I feel out of the loop. Like getting that first episode and that second episode is so hard.
Getting into the.
But after I get in that joint, listen, I lose a whole weekend. But I caught up when I'm in the conversation. Oh, what are some things that are hard to start for you? Like this difficult to get over that start hump.
You know,
because you're a starter.
Yeah. I don't mind getting up early. Like as a matter of fact, I beat the alarm most mornings.
Really?
Yeah.
That's that military, ain't it?
I don't know what it is, but I'm grateful I got it. Because I'm up out of the bed and my wife is like, just come and lay back down. I'm like, no.
Ooh, that's tempting, man.
It is. And, but she just wants me to go back to sleep. So I'm like, okay. So, I don't mind getting up out of the bed. I think in the morning, going to get my coffee, going to let the dog out. It's become routine to me.
Ooh, that's good.
And getting things going. I think once I have a routine, and I can master the flow, it becomes easy for me. What's difficult for me is a diet, eating right,
starting to eat right.
Because I'm a big potato chip fanatic. Listen, I like Takis and hot Cheetos. Cheetos. So when, my kids, that they're young and skinny, you know what I mean? That I'm seeing what they're doing, and I'm like, what diet?
Yeah, give me that, all of that.
So that's tough. So as we were preparing for today, I was thinking about perception.
Okay.
Right? And I think that how we view something is how we will treat it.
Okay, elaborate.
Okay. So how you value a Monday is how you go into it. Let's go into hidden rules, right? Okay. How you view a person is how you'll treat them.
Okay.
Right? Purchasing something, right? If you don't see a whole lot of value in something, you don't want to pay a whole lot for it.
Absolutely.
So like Walmart has stepped up their clothing game. I like going to Walmart. I go over there and I get stuff. And so I'm looking at some of the stuff, but your perception of Walmart clothes, you're like, no, I'm not getting nothing from Walmart, right? And so I think that a lot of times when we perceive something is going to be difficult, then we don't want to give it attention.
I agree. And you think about like the perception that Monday has, and it tied it in with the blues. Like, well, if one person says Monday sucked, and G sees Monday, like I've been waiting for Monday because everybody is closed on Saturday and Sunday, and nobody's responding to emails, so I can't wait till Monday come. Where you think Mondays are great, I think Mondays suck. I think it's the same thing. Even we're talking about the reference of the color blue, right? The quote said, "Monday morning blues. Why not switch your week up to the color yellow? Add a little brightness to your week." Some people look at blue and they think like sadness. Other people look at blue and they think calming. Right. Other people see blue and they think safe and trustworthy. I was a part of a speakers class, and they tell speakers to wear soft, neutral colors. Right, you get up there, you wear red on stage, and people are like, "Ugh,
you're angry."
Yeah, if it's black, it's very boring and cut and dry and literal. But they say blue is a very soft, neutral color that adds a little pop to it and makes you feel safe and trustworthy. And so people are looking at Mondays, and they're looking at the Monday blues. And some people think, "Oh, I love the blues, BB King, I love it." Other people are like, "Oh, I love going into a very trusted and safe and warm environment." Where other people thinking like, Mondays suck, and they're sad. So I think perspective is really, really important. And so you already gave us a tip. G is good with the one-liners. He's going to hit y'all with some tips. The best thing to do in this scenario to overcome your Monday morning blues is probably to have a routine.
That's right.
Have something that you anticipate. So for you, you said coffee, you said walking. What else did you say?
Let my dogs out. I got a new puppy. I don't know if you've seen him on social media. It's Bulldog.
Man.
Bottom out.
Have you always wanted a bulldog?
Always wanted a bulldog.
You finally got one.
Got one. Was made available to me at a really, really great price.
Yeah.
And after so many no's, when you see a puppy, you can say no, 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 and then you see the puppy, right? And then it's lights out.
That's
so
not my ministry.
I'm letting the dog out. You know what I mean? I'm cleaning up the mess because we're potty training. You know what I mean? All of that stuff. And so my routine is already in place, and the perception is the night before. Like tomorrow morning, this is what I have to do.
Yeah.
So that then I can get to the things that I want to do. And so the perception in my daily living is let me do what I need to do so that then I could do what I want to do.
I love that.
And it gives me an opportunity later on because, listen, whatever you don't do in the morning and you have to do that day, guess what? You got to do it later on.
You're going to have to do it eventually.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You know, I have a friend who talks about, like, having set his clothes out the night before so he doesn't think about it in the morning. And, you know, oftentimes I think about when I have a list of things to do, then I wake up knowing that I have those things to do. But if I don't have the list ready, or if I don't have the clothes lined out, if I don't have my day planned, I can easily talk myself into sleeping longer, into staying in the bed. And I know that part of the blues I embrace probably far too often. But I think it's very important to have that routine and that regimen as it pertains to a new week. What do you think about people who are so stuck to the routine that they can't get out of like this Monday? Like they're just so like.
I know some people that are so regimented that they're just kind of like, and they're booked to like the minute. But they hit one red light and it throws the entire day out.
They're done.
You got perception has to do with attitude.
Okay.
Right, and so you have to have some level of flexibility. Things are gonna happen. You got to create space.
Yeah.
If you don't create space and you're so regimented, you're bound to set yourself up, and then you got a bad attitude, right?
Yeah.
Because the people that are really regimented, listen, mess with their day. They're gonna cut you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think if you have a good attitude about it, right? If you, like you said, I'm gonna set my stuff up tomorrow because you're thinking I'm gonna crush tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my food ready because I need to be prepared because I'm gonna crush tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So I was reading this book, and they were doing this this scientific study, this science experiment, and they did a saliva swab on this lady, 5 minutes, 5 feet away, and she was speaking negative, and the cells were responding in a negative way. They kept multiplying the distance. 5 hours, 5 miles away, she would speak negative, the cells would respond in a negative way. 5 days, 500 miles away, she would speak negative, and the cells will respond in a negative way. And so when you look at your Monday, how you speak is what you will see. How you speak is how you will feel. Right? So if you think about this, like, and you change the color to your Monday, right? If you could say, you know what, Monday is yellow because the sun is going to shine tomorrow. Or Monday is green because I'm about to go make that paper.
Make that play. I knew where you was going.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
good.
How you speak flows from somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? You're thinking it. And a thought that comes and stays is the ones that you have a problem with. The thoughts that come and go, like, oh, Monday, and then it's gone, and you're starting to get ready, you don't got to worry about that. But it's the thought that comes and stays that you got to deal with. And that's the issue. It's like, man, Monday, I got to do this, and the kids to school and work, and at that point, that thing gets buried up in your heart.
Yeah.
And then you got to deal with that root rather than being able to say, you know what, Monday's coming. There's going to be some challenges, but I'm about to crush it.
You know, there's as you were talking. So, by the way, in case you're not counting, there's 3 things that G said just now. He says it's nice to have a routine. Number 1, that kind of gives you something to anticipate and look forward to. But you also got to be flexible. You can't be so routine that when one thing goes wrong, that your whole Monday, your whole week is ruined. And then the third thing is it's all about attitude and perspective. If you go into your Monday and you got your routine set up and you got your coffee and your water and you brush your teeth and you shower, you got your dog and you got all these things set up, that's cool. But if something happens that kind of throws that off a little bit, it's going to be okay because number 3, our perception and our attitude is intact.
That's right.
You were saying something, you said it takes root. And one of my favorite scriptures in the Bible talks about this passage. It says when something happens, it takes place, it's rooted, it conceives, and then it births, right? And so when we think about the way that we think about Mondays, that is the fruit of what is taking root and what has been conceived in our hearts and our minds. And so if we're going to have something stuck in our minds, if we're going to have something that's taking root, and we're going to have something that conceives and is birthed, and we get to control what it is, then our attitude and our perspective is so important, and that's something that we can't control.
That's right.
Oftentimes people think about Mondays and the week and other people and traffic and all these different things. We can't control that. We can't control what our coworkers do. We can't control how the market responds or how people drive, or if my neighbor lets their dog and their cat poop in my yard, and if they pull their trash can in. I can't control my wife or my cat. I can't control it. But what I can control is the way that I respond to those things.
That's right.
And I think we can control our Mondays much more than we think that we have access to.
Well, I was reading the book 7 Habits of Effective People, right? And so on there, one of the examples is that, you know what I mean? It's kind of like this bullseye. And we're like the black dot in the middle, right? Yeah. And then there's the first ring, then there's the second ring. And so we reach past the first ring to that second ring to try to always control things that we cannot control.
Oh, we can't control them.
And we bypass and we ignore the things that we can control. Yeah. Right? Like I can't control if it's raining outside, but I can control if I bring an umbrella and wear rubber boots. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I can't control how someone talks to me, but I can control how I respond.
Absolutely.
I can't control time, but I can control how I steward it.
Ooh, what I do with it is so good.
And so I think that being able to look at the perception of how you're viewing Monday and how you are going to do all that you can to master it, then all of the other stuff just kind of takes a back seat. You know what I'm saying?
So whatever color you assign to your Monday, right? Even if it is the blues, to not make it a sad blues.
Right, come on.
And we're simply just trying to give you like the tools to adjust your perspective on what it is. We're going to give you quote after quote after quote, and we're going to talk about those things, but we also want to give you tool after tool after tool. And today we gave you 3 very specific tools. Well, actually, I didn't give you. G gave you 3 specific tools on how to navigate this Monday morning blues, which I hate is even a saying. Right. Monday morning blues. Number 1, get a routine.
That's right.
On Sunday night, Saturday, Sunday night, whether it's your clothes or if you know that you're going to get up and do coffee and the walk and exercise and meditate and breathe and pray or whatever you do, know what you're going to do that Monday morning. But don't be so regimented. That's number 2. Don't be so regimented, so strict that if anything happens or interrupts your schedule that you're completely thrown off. And then number 3, you got to understand that our perspective and our attitude can determine a lot. We can't control absolutely everything, but we can control how we respond. It reminds me of this guy. On social media, you all hear us reference books and movies and music and social media a lot. But this guy said there are 2 salesmen, and they both wake up, and it's raining. And one salesman is like, oh, it's raining. Nobody's going to be out working. Everybody's going to be at home. I'm going to stay in. And then the other salesman is like, yes, it's raining. Nobody's going to be out selling with me, and everybody's going to be at home. So I'm going to get everybody at home. And that's one of those things of like, you wake up Monday morning, you don't get to control the weather, whether it's raining, people, but you do get to control yourself and how you respond. G, give us one more word, man, and then we're going to wrap up today's session.
So, and I love what you're saying on how you view something. You know what I mean? We can even go into different shades of blue. You know what I mean? Like, be like a light blue. Today's gonna be light blue.
I like that. I like that.
So, I love how you associate. You have to associate stuff, right?
Agreed.
I had a dog down the way of my house, and man, that dog, I could hear it. Ooh. And every night, the more I paid attention, the more it was in my head, right?
Ooh.
And so I was so associated to this dog's bark that I felt like you might as well have the dog right beside me, right beside my bed, right? Like, ooh, slobbering and all of that stuff. But I did something that began to help me, and I began to dissociate, right? I began to dissociate the bark, dissociate from paying so much attention to it, right? Dissociate from the negativity that I was feeling and associate to my rest. I associate it to the fact that I'm in safety and in cover. And so I think that if you can dissociate from the negative things of Monday and associate the fact that you have a fresh start and it's a new day and that you woke up, and it's a clear indication that God ain't done with you yet if you woke up. And so Monday is a gift depression is what you're associated to in the past, and anxiety is what you're associated to in the future. You worry, right? And so you got to be in the present and not be so concerned with what's going on tomorrow. What happens today will set you up. And don't be caught up in the past stuff. And so associate yourself with the positive things that your Monday brings. How about you associate Monday with the fact that you're with your family, with your husband, with your wife. Associate with the fact that your children, your daughter graduated yesterday.
Part of me was like, yes. The other part was like,
right.
Equal parts.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? But you associate it. You're like, listen, it didn't matter if that was a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Your baby graduated.
Yeah.
So I think that we get associated to the wrong things.
That's good.
Right? And we completely ignore the things that we should be paying attention to. Dissociate from the negative and associate to the good things that Monday brings, and your attitude will change towards it.
Absolutely. There's no Monday morning blues on this show.
That's right.
It's the Monday Huddle. We want to let you all know that we're here encouraging you. I'm Derek.
I'm G.
We'll catch you next time.
Peace.